Coffee time. Coffee time. Coffee. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Idea Studio, where we look at life in Bangkok through the lens of design. I'm Dana.
I'm Jip.
And we are here with our midweek live stream yet again to run down what's going on in Bangkok. And there is a lot going on in Bangkok. So we got a ton to talk about. Real quick, let's jump in the chat. We'll see who's here with us right now. Of course, I see Joe.
Hello,
only 2 hours
Joe.
to go. You showed up late today, Joe. Waylon, thank you for popping by, my friend. Stuck, what's going on? And we got Deborah.
Hello.
If I can click it, there we go. Deborah's in the chat as well. What's going on, guys? So, yeah, a lot going on. Let's start where we usually start with these live streams currently, what we talk about, which is our current situation with the situation. And we're actually looking really good. So new cases today, 7,679. Now, one of the things that we could easily say is that we have had a long period now under 10,000, which I think is an important milestone. 10,000 reported cases. Let's keep that in mind. 56 deaths today. Our deaths have also been under 100 a day for quite a while.
Yes.
So that's one of the things that I think is really important to keep in mind, that those numbers are going down. Now, what I'd like to see is that continue to drop even more rapidly, and that will allow us to keep tourism open, which we'll talk about. And obviously the vaccination numbers continue to go up. Eric, what's going on, my man? Great shirt. Great shirt. My man. Dangpek Prit. Shop.IdeaStudio.xyz. Also the Auntie Jib shirt. You guys have been buying that up. That's what I thought.
I wanted to see your photo when you wear a t-shirt.
I thought a few people were gonna buy it. Like a lot of you guys bought the Auntie Jib. So kudos. Thank you very much. So Thailand has reopened. We are reopened to the world, part of the world. Yeah.
To the more than 60 countries.
Yeah. And if you've been in that country more than 21 days, if you're vaccinated, and you've got a negative test before you leave, I think you've got
PCR test.
You've got to spend one night
in a hotel.
Yeah, in a certified hotel.
Yes, just one night to get swabbed there.
Yeah, not as expensive as like an ASQ hotel. So it's just one night, pop in, get a swab,
sleep, wait for result. If the test negative, you're free to go anywhere.
Waylon, what's going on? Andy, what's up, man? Craig, how's things?
Ooh, you come early today.
Yeah, he's early. Oh,
are you going to go somewhere to grab something?
Or maybe he went early and picked it up. He said they have drive-thrus near him.
Huh?
They have a drive-thru, so he can drive through.
But the thing is,
it's like McDonald's.
If he drive through to get it, he should not use it when he drive back home, right?
It comes like in a container. He has to undo it. He has to go home and use it.
Yeah, but I mean don't use it when he drive, right?
That would probably be difficult. Keanu Noons, aloha from Anna.
Yo!
Oh, you came? Were you in? I think you were in the islands last week, right? You said you had a condo in Anna, so you're back in the city. Great.
Ooh.
So yeah, I'll open up. So a bunch of planes came in on one day.
Yeah, it's like
60 planes.
It's like 60 flight. So oh, thank you, Joe.
Joe, thank you for the coffee, my man.
Oh, spicy in, spicy out.
Spicy out.
Actually, he had spicy in last night.
Yeah, so I had spicy somtam last night. That was
to somtam,
yeah.
And I wrote in Thai in the comment, pet.
Yeah, and it was a bit too much for me.
It's rate. So for the flight, it's 60 plus.
60 new flights.
So 40 will be it's a passenger flight and then the cargo flight.
Yeah.
I think
So
not all 60.
And they're obviously not full. But
yeah, but people come in, start to come back.
Yeah, I know my buddy Greg booked his tickets, so he's finally ending that 3-month trip he took 2 years ago back to the States.
It's kind of it might be a good joke forever for
Yeah,
him because like we'll take a 3-month trip back home and then 2 years later
Yeah, can come back. Oh, it was in Koklan. Oh, okay. Koklan.
ก่อคลาน
So,
อะไรเนี่ยอ่านไม่ออกซา
so I mean, if things continue to go well, this is the two sides of this coin now, guys. If this continues to go well, if things continue to, cases continue to go down, people continue to come, then we will see.
That's why he says spicy and spicy.
Joe got the spicy.
Joe got this shirt.
Joe's got the spicy and spicy
Yeah,
outfit. Nice.
thank you. Well,
Awesome.
well, maybe Joe, when you go to the real Thai restaurant there,
Yeah, wear that one.
yes, wear this shirt, and you will get like the spiciness, the level of spiciness, same as Thai.
So yeah, so this is the flip side of this coin. On one side, we are potentially going to see a nice economic boom, especially food and beverage industry, hospitality industry. The other side of that coin, though, is that we get another outbreak. Whether it's caused by a tourist or not, it's going to impact.
Wait, how can it caused by tourists when
Well, I'm saying
they
it shouldn't
take
be.
negative
It should not
when they
be.
come in?
It should not be, but
Yeah.
my fear is that we do get another outbreak, and then that economic slowdown then hurts even more than the previous because these companies are all reopening.
Yeah, you know, actually, the outbreak will come from the cross-border illegally,
Yeah.
and that the news every day show like people from neighbor countries around here cross the border illegally, and some Thai like get paid from them
No,
to drive them to wherever.
no, I don't disagree
Yeah,
that
so
is a potential cause.
so that is like more than 100 people that get caught. Think
Yeah.
about people that can sneak in and the ranger cannot catch them.
Well, with the Mekong
How
being
many?
dry, people are just walking across.
So like there are many, and the news I think this morning show like one pickup truck full like 15 people is crashed, like some accident. So they find out like only Thai drive, and then the rest of the passenger in that truck
you
neighbor
remember
country.
A few years ago, one of the trucks crashed, and everyone was like freaking out because the government wanted to regulate how many people could ride in the back of a pickup truck.
Yeah.
It was like a pickup truck with like 12 people in the back, end up crashing, everyone got hurt. And the government was like, okay, we're going to outlaw this. And people were like, no!
Because like it's made to carry the stuff, not people.
Yeah.
And when you sit at the back that open, so when it hits something, you
Yeah,
fly out.
Yeah. But yeah, people were upset that the government wanted to regulate safety of people in trucks and said you can't ride in the back anymore. And like people freaked out, like, no, that's how we get around like rural areas. I mean, which, like, I understand, like, I went to my undergrad university was in Kansas, so like people ride around like that. It's
If they drive like slow and not much traffic, I
Yeah.
think that's okay. But like think about in the city on the expressway, like tollway,
Yeah.
fly out from like at least the 3rd floor height.
It's like,
You
when
not
when I was a
survive.
kid growing up in Rhode Island, right? It's very urban. And like it was always like, oh, it's so cool to sit in the back of a truck. You want to do it, and you can't, right? It's not allowed anywhere.
If it's like in your farm, it's okay. Or in your village,
so
like
that's the thing. Like when I was living in Kansas, one of my buddies had a farm. We rode in the back of the truck on his farm. Like, oh, this really sucks. My back hurts.
yeah, it's hurt.
It's an uncomfortable thing to sit in. So it's not as cool as I thought it was
No,
as a kid.
it look cool, but it's
Yeah.
not cool.
So I want to touch on Craig's comment. First of all, thanks for checking out the new BTS video. We really enjoy that series. Monster edits because we shoot so much. And the next one,
Maybe too much.
episode 4, we've got twice as much footage. So I've been laying that out. It's going to be a while.
Should it be like episode 4.1.2?
Well, there's also that we visit an island in that one as
Because
well.
like
so I don't wanna
everything
give too much away.
important, we should not just
Yeah.
throw it away.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a big episode, but there's a lot there. Also, that's the episode where Jib was fighting with dogs. So
Ah, Scary dog.
Yeah. But so I'm gonna say he's saying he never thought about the water lilies being a problem, but they very much are.
Yeah.
So
They
like you saw
block the
how
flow.
you see how overwhelmed that clog was with these, and I started to make a little side video that will probably come out before episode 4. Hopefully next week if I can get my ish together and at least get the timeline laid out before I leave Friday. I have a picture of the chow praya where like half the chow praya is just covered in these. They go crazy. And the big issue is too, especially with some of these clogs, when they get to filtration areas where they're trying to filter trash or they get to control points, it completely blocks the water flow. And that's how you get localized flooding. What are you eating? Muji? These are a big issue, and it actually does cause a lot of flooding in many of these clogs. What's up?
Many years ago when I was young, maybe like 10 years ago when I was young.
10 years ago.
No, like
what,
when I
what
was
are we
in
considering young?
when I was in primary school.
Yeah.
Like there's water lily. It's like everywhere, even in the main Chao Phraya. You can see it's like green, like block the like all the bird and things. It's like a big issue.
So I remember one time I was watching boat races in the Chao Phraya out in Patumtani. And or it might not have been the Chao Phraya in Patumtani. It might have been, I think it was the Chao Phraya, but over in Bangkok. And I was watching longboat races. And there was a patch near the dock that had kind of floated out while they were bringing the boat in. The boat actually got stuck in it.
Hi.
I mean, that's how sort of viscous these things are. And so I'm going to make a little side video about like how this does cause localized flooding and how it's an issue. And it's an issue that the city is very much fighting against. And it's an ongoing battle. Just like the mangroves, like the
And
mangrove restoration, where we're trying to restock the mangroves to fight the sea coming in. We're trying to fight these water lilies to keep.
Actually, this plant is alien.
Yeah, it's an invasive alien species here.
Like from what I read, first it's like someone brought it in, and like just put it in like
Okay.
like
Maybe that's
the big swimming pool, just to like see it nice, like with a purple flower.
And then they dumped it in the.
And then someone like when like let's say rich people has it, so everyone wants it, and when it's go out that house, people keep like sharing, and then it's going to the open water.
And then they dump that in the. They dump that in the lake and in the
So
pond.
it's the same thing as like a fish. Like we have alligator fish here, that like when the owner cannot feed them anymore, it's like too big or not enough money, they just drop into like open water, and like some like a fishing group catch it. It's like
That's how we ended up with Asian carp being invasive up in the Mississippi and the Great Lakes.
Asian carp?
Yeah, Asian carp. People brought them to America. Then someone let them loose.
Is it expensive though?
Well, no, it's actually super cheap because we have so many now.
It is like just orange color or orange white. Not koi ใช่ไหม?
No, the big ones with the messed up jaw. The people don't eat them. What happens is they get used for oil. So there's so many they're invasive. They've actually electrified parts of like the Mississippi River to try to keep the carp from moving up. But it's such an invasive species that they've actually found DNA, I believe in Lake Erie, of Asian carp and other fish. So it's that much of an issue, and it just shows you what introducing an alien species to an ecosystem can do. I mean, Australia is unfortunately a great example of this. Yeah, like Australia injects what they brought in, I think
Frog.
They brought in frogs.
I
to kill
just
something
read
else.
it like 2
Yeah.
days ago about the like a kind of poison frog
Yeah.
that like they think it's gonna eat other bugs and then actually it's not.
Yeah.
So one of their native rats like live in like somewhere like swamp or something like
Yeah.
that, very sharp teeth. So finally they only one animal that can eat that frog. Just cut like open here and eat
Yeah.
a heart and organ inside.
Yeah, Australia's made some, especially when they were under colonial rule, made some poor decisions ecologically. Yeah, they grow in kiddie pools. Yeah, ducks eat them like crack addicts. I don't know if they study it for water purification. I'd have to look into that. As I'm researching this next video, it's definitely one of the things I will check
Water
out.
purification, I think so.
Yeah, I'll definitely look it up.
But
as part of
like
my
it
research.
has to be like in control area. If not, it will spread too quick. Oh, Osito, hello.
Hey, Feliz Day de los... no, I'm... Day of the Dead. Oh, he's lighting a candle for your granny. Thank you, Osito.
Oh,
Much
thank
appreciated.
you. And what is the day of the day?
It's like a Mexican holiday
So,
where they
like, where
celebrate
you-
like past ancestors.
Like a wear like a paint a color,
Yeah,
like
I
a
think so.
skull.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that festival. So nice.
Hey, what's up, Chief? Up there in the snowy Detroit. John got snow in Detroit.
Huh? Is it winter already?
Shouldn't be.
Oh, so snow come early?
Yeah.
John, fly here.
Cane
It's
toads.
warm
That's it.
here.
Warren, yes, cane
Come,
toads.
come,
Thank
come.
you.
Huh?
Cane toads.
Can't. Oh, okay.
But yeah, John, Jib is right. Now you have more of an excuse to escape for a couple weeks to Thailand.
Come here.
European carp in Australia, big problem. Yeah. Wow.
European carp. They swim too far.
Yeah, we have the Asian carp in America, and yeah, I know that there's a company that catches them and turns them into fish oil. For
Fish
like a
oil?
supplement. Yeah, because it's a very oily fish, but they kill other fish. That's the big
Wait.
problem.
Do they have the same quality of omega-3?
Yeah, so it's actually like a fairly high quality.
Oh, okay,
omega-3,
okay.
yeah. But yeah, people don't eat it because it's such an oily flesh. It tastes kind of muddy. Busy is good. Busy is good. Have I gone back for the cooked rat yet? No. I've never eaten the rat. So
No,
Jim
never.
hasn't either. And I wouldn't eat it in Semepricon, to be honest. So like like,
well, think
it's-
about the environment
Yeah,
around them.
this is the thing,
they
right?
must
yeah.
eat something that not healthy.
Like if I'm gonna eat a rat, I'm gonna eat an Isan rat.
like a rat that
yeah.
like they can catch around a rice farm.
Yes.
It's okay, but around the city, I don't
Yeah.
think it's good.
Right? So if I was gonna eat rat, like I wouldn't be totally opposed to it, right? Protein's protein at the end
Yeah.
of the day, and people eat it.
But
so
actually, my parents tried it before. Like when they went to like maybe Kanchanaburi or somewhere like out town, and they stop at a restaurant, and so some restaurant they call it ไก่บ้าน
Gai ban chicken.
or ไก่นา something like that.
Gai-
Like instead
house chicken?
Yeah, instead of call it like a rice farm rat, they call it chicken. So mom asked like, what was that chicken again? So yeah, so it's like, oh, it's actually rat from the rice farm, but we call it chicken to make it nice. So I'm like, okay, then they try. So
So I've had people tell me it's like duck. It's kind of fatty.
it's not bad. It's not bad. If they cook it right, it's not
But
bad.
yeah, but here's the thing, right? If I'm in Isan, right, surrounded by rice fields, I know the rats are living in the mud, eating the
Yeah.
rice, right? Like, I would try it. If I'm in Semepricon, it's a lot. It's too close to looking like the silent invasion. Oh wow!
This
Oh
is
wow!
like-
Yeah, yeah.
right?
So I'm not gonna be eating city rat, right? Living in
no.
crap, right? No, that's not how the
Yeah,
place.
it's like-
So in Semepricon, like it looks super rural, guys. It's literally 20 minutes from Bangkok, not even. Like I would say Samyang, not Samyang. What's the last stop in Bangkok?
Last stop เคหะ
No. That's in Sumepricon. The last one in Bangkok.
In Bangkok? What in Bangkok วะ
It's the last BTS stop before we cross the Sumepricon. It's not Bering, is it?
ไม่รู้
Oh.
เช็คกูว่า
But anyway, like from the last stop in Bangkok, it's like less than 10 minutes. And from where we are, it's only like a 20-minute ride. So like you still see how the infrastructure is not great. I would just like the guy who was fishing in the Klong. I'm not eating those fish either.
Yeah.
Like I get that it's a subsistence thing. Like he has to. Me personally, I'm not dining on those particular fish. Just man. Flurries. Even for Detroit, that's early.
Okay.
Gator Jake, what's going on, man?
Founder line.
See, Hike says I've eaten fried bugs before. Was okay, very crunchy. Yeah. I've had fried bugs, man. I don't mind crickets. Jim likes the silkworms actually.
Yeah.
I find that they're just
with
okay.
Maggi and pepper.
Yeah. With the right seasoning, it's like French fries, right? Fried bugs are like French fries.
This is.
It's protein too. It is what it is. But the crickets are actually really good. They're crunchy. Silkworms are okay, but it's just like a French fry.
Bering is the last station of Bangkok.
So Bering's the last station in Bangkok. You're only 10 minutes from that stop in Sumepricon. So, like from that episode 3. So you're not far from the city, and there's no rice fields. So I don't know what those rats are eating. Oh, too busy, man. Got to make that trip, though. Got to make that trip.
Hi, come here December.
Deborah doesn't want snow. They're talking about an electric rate. 50%.
Huh?
Damn. Electricity going up by 50%.
Oi. And
That's
you need it for heater, right?
Yeah.
Or you have to have like a fireplace in the house.
Yeah.
But then you have to smell all the smoke.
So, Keanu says, unfortunately, Australia got the cane toads from Hawaii, but we got them from somewhere else.
Huh?
Oh, so they're not native to Hawaii either?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. But, did you ever find out about your gun-toting monk coin? No. So actually, no. So I still have it here. We asked. So we went out to dinner with Chris from Retire Work and Few and his wife the other night, and the restaurant that we went to has like an uncle who works there who is very much into his amulets. He wears about 50 on 2 different necklaces at the same time. And so we asked him a little bit, but he hadn't even heard of it. But he recommended a temple for us to go visit, which I think we might do as a one-off video because it seems like a very cool spot. It has a cool story with some links to the west, so it'd be interesting. But yeah, we're still diving into that, trying to find out more.
He doesn't know either. Like,
I've got a few other leads, but everyone's like, it's just weird.
He said it might be from the World War II time.
Yeah.
Because think about all the soldiers might need something to make like them feel like, kind of courage them.
Yeah.
Something.
We'll figure it out though. Here we go. Cam said, I've eaten rat in Koklan. It was good. Actually similar to pork. Okay, yeah. And like again, I think if it's not a Bangkok rat, it's probably not bad, right? It's like these animals really are what they eat, right? So if it's coming from a rice field somewhere, I really wouldn't have an issue. It's probably clean. It's living out in the wild. Like we saw a dead rat the other night on the sidewalk. I'm not eating that rat. That's for sure. Not a Bangkok rat. At the end of the day, protein's protein, and different. Like in France, they eat horse, right? Like a lot of North Americans would never consider eating horse, but it's something that they eat in France, right? Like you wouldn't consider it, but they do. In China, they eat a lot of donkey meat, right? Like I think a lot of people wouldn't think about donkey as a meat, but some places they do. So, like there's a lot of cultural things that go into it. Right? Parts of the world they eat dog. Right? It's not something we consider dog a domesticated animal, but not everywhere does. So, it's what people eat can sometimes be strange, but you got to be open-minded. having a dessert breakfast. This should have hot tea, not coffee, right?
Coffee, hot coffee is good too.
Okay. But yeah, no, like I said, I would try it if it was a rice field rat. Considering it's about an extra $500 US total for 2 tests, might get re-em for PCR in US, quarantine hotel, extra insurance, and you lose a day, not sure. So I know my buddy Greg, he's probably not in the chat yet, Maganj. He found a hotel that was 35 and included the PCR test. 35 for one night, 3,500 baht for one night, included the PCR test, and it was, and a meal or something, and a transfer from the hotel and the meal. So it wasn't horrible. Then you got to get the test in the U.S. before you leave too, which I think isn't cheap. Yeah, if you're coming, like if someone's coming for like a long-term stay, if you plan to come for if you're coming for 2 weeks, unless you're just dying to get out of the U.S. or dying to get back to Asia, like maybe it's worth it for you without the quarantine. But if you're coming for an extended period, like Greg is moving back here, so for him, like I said, he's been paying rent for 2 years. He left for 3 months 2 years ago.
I don't know
and
how
couldn't
his
come back.
room look like now.
I bet you it's super dusty. His room is on the roof of his building too, and it used to flood. So we would call his landlord for him and be like, "Hey, can you just check the drain for Greg, make sure his place isn't flooding?" And like, "Oh yeah, no problem." But who knows? Had muskrat, not regular rat. Oh, what muskrat tastes like? I've had rabbit before too. Rabbit's was a bit gamey. I saw Jeff pop in here. He's heading to bed. Hey Jeff, what's going on, man? Thanks for stopping by. Have a good rest, good recovery. Yeah, Joe would eat the rat for sure. Hey, Gator Jake, man. Sorry for you couldn't stay too long. Enjoy. Chuck E. Cheese, don't eat me. Let me see that. So you guys, Jim, you don't know Chuck E. Cheese, right? It's a pizza place. Oh, it doesn't show up though. Chuck E. Cheese. I gotta figure out how to like pop those over to the screen.
So that's Joe from Joe.
Too funny. But yeah, yeah, Gator Jake, have a good one, man. Thank you for swinging by. Barbecue rat is just meat. Yeah, just meat. Tastes great in my village, especially fresh. Yeah, right. Village rat, right? It's probably
Because
really, like I said.
they eat rice.
Yeah, they're eating rice. They're grain fed,
Other
essentially.
plant, but it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, but in Bangkok, who knows what they're eating? You know, a finger today, some human feces, who knows? That's Bangkok rat. If you Wikipedia Polynesian rat, you'll see that it's very common in Thailand. Rat was brought by early Polynesians to islands as food. So, Polynesian rat. Let me, I am going to Google that real quick, because I know the ones that we see in the U.S., right, they're considered, I believe, Norwegian rats. Let me open up a new window on my phone. Polynesian rat wiki. One of the things, let's see, do I have a photo? Oh yeah, that's actually.
Yeah, look like.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's exactly the rats that we see around here. Yeah, so it's not the Norwegian rats that you see eating pizza slices in New York City. Hey, D, what's happening, man? How's things? Capybara, largest rat in the
I like
world.
capybara.
We have
So
city chickens
cute.
here, pork on a skewer, breaded and fried. Yeah, we definitely, Bangkok loves the pork on a skewer. Pork on a skewer. The pork stick? Yeah.
หมูปิ้ง
Yeah. Donkey meat? I'll bet they don't air Shrek. Donkey is a big thing in China. They love donkey meat, apparently. Horse sashimi in Japan. And I don't know.
Sashimi. Huh.
So, like, Japanese love to eat raw stuff, man. I don't know how into that I would be. I remember one time I was in I was in Chiang Mai. I was a speaker at a Thai-Japanese defense conference, and I moderated a talk. And there was a Japanese professor. All he wanted to do was find a shop that served raw beef with blood. It was like his goal.
Beef or pork?
Beef. He wanted raw beef with blood. Like, and someone found it for him. Like, his handler found it for him, this Thai girl. And they went out and he got it. And I remember him smiling and just, like, blood all over his teeth. Like, he was really, really into it. Yeah. And he was upset because it's illegal in Japan. But he grew up eating it. And it became illegal. So he would actually, on his own, come to Thailand just for that dish. Deborah says she's not that open-minded. And not everyone is. Can you buy monthly BTS pass? I was looking online but couldn't find the price. Monthly?
Yeah, it's like
They have a 1 month?
they have like 1 month, like 30 days, and like you can buy like with the number of trips.
Yeah.
I think the maximum is like 50 trips, and it's like cheapest one
Okay.
per trip, like 22 baht or something.
And you have to pay a deposit on the card, right?
Uh,
No.
maybe you can top up a little bit, and that actually no need. You just like, oh no, you need it because if you pass on NUT, that's not include in the trip because that's extension part. You
But
have to pay 15
If
baht.
you just come here for a month, can you buy like one pass for just a month?
Yeah.
Or you just have to buy, you might just have to buy the rabbit card and top up.
Yeah, get that's the rabbit card. So one card, it can be top up and can be trip.
So one of the things, like we've done this before where we won't use our card. Like we both have a rabbit card. But like sometimes if we know we're going to be on the train a lot during the day, we'll just buy a day pass.
Oh yeah, I
So-
think day pass is 150.
And so like if you do the math real quick, a lot of times like if you're going to be on and off all day, the
Yeah.
day pass can be a great deal.
Yeah.
Because it will save you a ton of money. And we've done that in the past. Like we know we're going to be on and off. And I remember one
To
time
many stations.
Yeah, to many stations. I remember one time we had done that, and this is when we lived in Pachani Wet. And I had bought the day pass. We both did, and we got off, and I tried to give mine to someone who was about to buy a ticket. And they're like, no. I'm like, no.
I will
I'm
take it
done."
too. Like,
Yeah.
who are you?
I'm like, I'm done for the day, so you can use this to go wherever you're going. Save
you can use
30
like
bucks.
since they open in the morning until they close in the night, just one day.
Yeah.
So like if you plan to visit many places on
Yeah.
a train line, it's worth to get that card.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think like for me that's one of the best that you can get, the best deal.
Let
Like
me
if you're gonna
share.
be in and around, if you could look up the pricing for the
Yeah,
day,
yeah.
I think it's 150 or at least it was before the extensions. But yeah, the day pass is fantastic and can save you a ton of money if you're gonna travel a lot during the day. If you're just commuting like one location to another, then you're better off just paying by trip with your rabbit card. But like on days that you're like out and just like banging out stop after stop, the day pass. I'm still upset. In 2016, they were supposed to have the Spider card, which would cover both the BTS and the MRT. BTS being the SkyTrain, MRT being the subway, and it's still not out.
And he stopped me from get the cute card
Yeah.
because he said, "Oh, we're gonna change it soon."
Yeah.
I told him like, "No, it's not gonna be that soon." Say, "No, they announced like this year, so is that just next year and your card not expire? Then we have to buy another new card." It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I knew.
Yeah, so yeah, and then it hasn't. It's been 5 years and it hasn't come out. But the problem is that they're both run by different companies, right? So BTS and MRT they're both private-public partnerships, and they're both run by different private companies. I would argue, as much as I love the BTS, I take the BTS. I think it's run incredibly well. I would say the MRT has done a better job implementing technology and staying up to date. Okay, muskrat, very oily. Rabbit is great, and squirrel. I've never had squirrel. That's like some. That's definitely some Kentucky stuff, John. Gonna use the Chuck E. Cheese logo for the rat cart guy. Oh, that would be hilarious. Deers. I've never had venison. I've never had deer. Eric Clock, I've been watching you on and off for the last couple of years. Thanks for creative, intelligent view of Bangkok. I'll be over there one of these days. Hey, Eric, man, thank you so much, dude. Really appreciate that comment a lot, man. And thanks for stopping into the live. I really appreciate it. I think they just announced that they would not sell monthly passes anymore. Ooh,
Really?
wow. I didn't see that.
They might change because they have problem with the BTS company.
Yeah, like I said, as well as I think the BTS is run, the MRT, the company that runs the MRT, definitely does a better job overall on a lot of things, especially implementing new technology. And again, it's also I believe the MRT is slightly more expensive, but it's like one baht. It's not a big deal. But the problem is it doesn't go to...
Yes, it's the news said cancel the monthly.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't buy the monthly anymore after I finished from school. September.
Oh, crazy. So in September, no more monthly.
So it's already...
Oh, D, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Much appreciated.
Thank you, D.
I had barbecue horse in Sicily. Best meat I have ever tried. As tender and flavorful as A5 Wagyu. Wow. Really? Is A5 Wagyu or Kobe?
Huh?
Wow. Barbecue horse. As good. Oh, get the chips. Let me
What
show
chip?
these from last night.
Okay.
Let me show you guys these chips. You bring up Wagyu. Yeah, the horse Canadian was illegal as well, but was late, and the guy closed the place to us to eat privately because our pal was... Oh yeah, so my buddy who got bit by the snake, he's okay. He ended up getting bit by
Other thing.
by a python. Later on, like a week later. Hillbilly Thanksgiving, Roadkill Cafe. So let me show you guys this. So as you know, there's always different potato chip flavors that pop out in Thailand, and like Lay's has been on a kick lately with all new flavors. So they had Wagyu steak as a chip flavor. So this is their celebration collection. And we saw 3 new flavors the other day. It was Wagyu steak, grilled chicken, and what do you call that seaweed sandwich?
Onigiri.
Onigiri. Eddie, love the show. Hey, man, thank you. I'm so happy to hear that. Appreciate you very much, dude. Appreciate the super chat, man. It means the world to us. Babe, what's this one? It's Chakrasi. First time being on here live. Been watching you both from Bangkok.
Chakrit, not Chakrit. Chakrit.
Sorry,
Why?
Chakrit.
Chakrit.
Yeah, Chris is a great guy, actually. Just like I said, we had dinner with him and his wife the other day.
Thai words like Sawadee Krab.
Ah.
First time you on.
So I'm working on my Thai. I'm trying to make my way through the these are vowels.
Ha ha ha.
I'm making my way through the consonant cards. So it's difficult for me. I mean, it's difficult in general, but learning, like recognizing, building up pattern recognition with the letters has been a challenge, but something I need to do. I can't live here long term and be content to be illiterate. Had the Wagyu chips in Japan. Yeah, so the Wagyu chips actually taste super beefy. And there's no beef fat or no egg or anything in there.
Science.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, it really has like a beefy essence and flavor.
Food science.
Yeah, I mean, it's out of this world, and like a real umami punch to them. Crazy.
Think about it's a J food, yeah. Like they can make J sausage.
True. Better than any J steak I ever had. They need to have a prepaid card like they do in Japan, Suka Passimo, that you can use for SkyTrain MRT convenience. Yeah, well, so you can use the Rabbit card, the BTS card, you can use at 7-Elevens, and especially the ones that are right near the BTS. Not all.
And some restaurants, some place like some supermarket. I think I
we
use
paid
it at like
supermarket once.
Emporium supermarket. It's like what gourmet market. Yeah. So there will be like the machine and has like the logo of the rabbit card, the orange one. You know right away. Okay, this one.
Oftentimes, we'll pay for the drinks with the rabbit card because you'll see like
$5 discount.
Yeah, $5 discount.
Yeah.
So we'll do that and get the discount on the drinks. So always a good way to go about it. And I wish that you could use it at more places. The problem is that you have to keep cash on it, right? So it's not like you're storing that cash somewhere. So even if it's just 1,000 baht, it's like you've got that value stored up, and it's really unprotected if you were to lose your card. That's the challenge there. Thailand is definitely a proving ground for Lay's chips. Yeah, they've got some good ones. They've got some bad ones. So a few years ago, they had cooling lemon and cantaloupe melon chips, and the cooling melon was like menthol and lemon, and then they had cantaloupe. They were so bad. I don't know anyone who liked them. I don't know why they thought that was going to be a good flavor.
I don't know who was R&D.
It was just out of left field too. It was like, what? Frank's. I saw a Facebook ad out of Thailand for beef chips, but they were actually thin sliced fried crispy beef. That's interesting. Like a crispy jerky. I grew up on roadkill. Good stuff. I had an army buddy who ate roadkill. He would see something like when you hit an animal and it's on the side of the road dead. He would. My army buddy would pull over and he would see if something was too bloated to eat. So
how could you know how long it's there?
By how bloated it is.
I know, but it's like, is it safe?
He would eat it. He would make soup most of the time. Or one time we were going camping, and we're driving out, and he saw like a dead animal on the side of the road, and he pulled over, and we walked back to look at it. He grabbed it and felt it, and it wasn't bloated, so he gutted it right there, and then threw it in the cooler.
Well, if we are in Walking Dead time, I will eat it, but so with this modern world, I can go to the supermarket and get like a safe meat. I will go that.
Yeah, and he grilled it when we were out camping. So yeah, not that I would do it, but yeah, he was into it.
Scary.
Free meal. Jib ordered pizza company the other day.
Yes, and they have New York pizza now. XXXL size, 18 inches.
So they ordered pizza company. I ordered
the
Pizza
box is
Mania.
like this.
Yeah. I don't know. So I tried the crust on their New York pizza. It wasn't good. It tasted like they had just made it. So there's like no flavor development. It was still yeasty. Like I don't find that appealing flavor profile for a pizza crust. Especially when you can go to Pala and they've got like a 3 or 4 day aged dough. Pizza Mania obviously lets theirs age at least 1 day. You know, there are places that do the dough right, and then there's Pizza Company. So, but Jib's Jam actually got the sausage, bacon, cheese crust with hers, and she likes it. And then, but she get seafood cocktail.
Yeah,
it's like crab stick and some other stuff with a weird sauce.
Shrimp.
Yeah. I have a BTS card. Must have accidentally left it in my pocket and washed it and dried it in the dryer. It was all deformed, but still. Oh, nice. If it still worked, I mean, that's the one thing I wouldn't want to lose if you keep a lot of cash on it. I remember one time I saw a guy in front of me when he scanned his card had 20,000 baht on it, and I was like, damn, that's a lot to keep on a BTS card. Like just to have sitting there is like it's essentially sunk value. Korean corn dogs. I saw a video the other day of a crazy Korean street food, and they're doing some like wild American fare type stuff, like the Midwest fare, like deep fried pizza dipped in like butter.
Oh.
Yeah, like they were going wild.
But I like one thing in Korea is like a ice cream cone. It's this high.
See, they're going straight American style.
And it's like, I went there with mom, so it's cold, like something like maybe 5 degrees, so it's not melt
Oh,
easy.
That's
So
cool.
like we just hold and eat it, but it's cold to eat.
the other day when we were out to dinner with Chris and Haley's from Korea. She was born there. And she was telling us that, when she was born, Korea was actually a much poorer country than Thailand. And she lived through that whole industrial and technological revolution in Korea to where they developed now to be, have a very large knowledge economy. But it was like a mindset shift, she said, for Korea. Just like one day they were like, we can't keep making crap. We have to make the best. And they did. So it's kind of wild to think about, like, for her to say, like, when she was a kid in Korea, they looked up to Thailand as a marvel. And now they're like the marvel of Asia.
Yeah.
I worked in Malaysia a lot. One of my friends who grew up in Malaysia, Dash, he was telling me when he's like a bit older than me, he's like maybe 15 years older than me. And he was telling me that when he was a kid growing up in Malaysia, people looked to Bangkok as like this futuristic city. They would go visit Bangkok and like all these tall buildings and like this beautiful place, like, wow, oh my God, Thailand is amazing. They're so advanced. And now KL is like a futuristic city. It's cleaner. It's more developed. They have really good infrastructure. Though I would still argue the BTS, Bangkok has better train infrastructure than anywhere else in Asia, in Southeast Asia at least, as far as train and our bus infrastructure. Our buses are old. Don't get me wrong. Like they have
some new, some old.
Some are old, but I mean the old ones still have their charm, right? And they still work. So this is the other thing. It's like we're not wasting buses by just replacing good buses with new ones. So they're still using them, though I argue those steps are not necessarily made for humans to walk on. But the steps
they try to train you to be ninja.
Yeah, the steps on the bus are 3 different heights.
And different shape.
In different shapes.
Yes, so you have to focus. So this is a way to teach you always focus on what you're doing
It's
right
a good way
now.
to look at it. But our bus infrastructure goes everywhere. Like there's hardly anywhere in the city you can't reach by bus, if you can navigate that system. So public transit wise, we cover a lot of the city, and I would argue our last mile infrastructure between motorcycle wins, Songtels, you can't beat that anywhere. So it's a bit informal, but it's very effective. But it's funny how KL and Korea both surpass Thailand economically.
So, from my experience, I would say because politics here,
Yeah.
like politicians and the staff, not really like focus on how to improve life here. They just think about like the power.
Yeah, I think
So like think about if everyone focus on how they can improve like a small part in that district, think about that will be good. But as you see here, food part is not nice. Some part is nice, some part is not. And the thing that we find out is like, oh, they just put sand under and just put
it washes away.
the brick on top, make it look done, and then it's break, it's fall apart, then redo. This part of the corruption.
Remember the time I fell through the sidewalk at Mochit?
Yeah.
So when we lived in Puchani Wet, oftentimes I would, instead of getting the bus at Mochit, I would walk up and get the bus a little further.
So the thing is like when I was younger, I have a question like why this always happen? Why don't they make it nice pavement like in front of like a expensive hotel?
Yeah.
They're just like concrete and put like some decoration stone or something like that. So like, oh, this is how they can get some percent back from like that. It's like this is what happened here. If everyone like work straight, like do what they should do, things must be much better. But it seems like we kind of trapped in this thing. So for individual people, yeah, we would like to have like a better quality of life, but it's like this is the best what we can have it here.
Well, I wouldn't say it's the best, right? Obviously, things can always improve, but it would take the mindset shift here that it probably took in Korea, that it took in KL.
So think about like okay, we want to change how they make their store cover or the footpath. As we just individual person, how can we change it?
No,
it has to be district office to do it.
It has to be a widespread. It has to be a top-down mindset shift.
Yeah, and you see like the trash uncle overcharge us, and no one can do that. No one care about that.
Yeah.
This is what happened here. If we want to make us go the same direction as Korea, we have to like get rid of this thing, which is I think is.
Well, I mean, no one expects Thailand to become Singapore, right? And Singapore, look, a lot of people love Singapore. I personally don't. I think it's obviously a model of what an economic power can become in a short period of time. They're only 50-something years old as a country. And before Singapore was Singapore, it was essentially a shithole. So they turned that around.
I think everything is about mindset. Think about Japan. They can come back from the World War II, right?
Yeah, but they're kind of on cruise control now.
Huh?
They're like on cruise control.
Who?
Japan. They're just like, they're not. I think they did so well up until a certain point, and now they're just kind of like.
I don't know,
steady.
but how they can come back from the World War II, right? That's a mindset. So here, because Thai, we kind of like easy, survive like that. Like we're not like starving. If you like don't have much money, you just grow something, like throw something, and it will grow, and you can get it. Like you can get vegetable from your like fence, and you can like get like cheap food, cheap material. So then we're not hungry. So I think when you're not hungry, you're not really fight hard.
Yeah.
To.
I think we're stuck somewhere. But we are definitely stuck between like Cambodia and Malaysia, not just geographically but economically. And I think that if a shift doesn't happen, right, we'll continue to be stuck. So I can't see Thailand going backwards at this point, but the path forward needs strong leadership, and that's lacking at the moment.
I think it needs like people to have like good mindset, to work hard, not just like sit and wait that we're gonna win lottery this month and we become rich.
It needs a top-down change in mindset for sure. So real quick, I just want to asked about inflation, and it's not so bad here at the moment, but there are issues with supply and logistics. So like cilantro used to be 80 baht per kilo. The other day we were at our veggie girl, and she said it's 400 baht per kilo.
Because of a flood. It flood outside the city.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, no.
And it's still flood.
Challenges for sure. Well, a lot of comments lining up. Boom, hit the thumb. Check Facebook for Korean code. Okay. We just shipped off all boxes to Thailand today, so now we're down to suitcases, closing on a timeline for nice. Congrats, Craig. Congrats, my man. It's good kimchi. Yeah.
Chai.
Kimchi, yeah.
Oh, squid kimchi.
Now I can find the fresh bowl I packed my new plane.
Huh?
He's got. When I get home from shipping now, I can't find that fresh bowl I packed. His green.
How can he pack it here?
No. Yeah. No. He's saying that he put the green into the.
Okay.
Jim doesn't know what you mean, but yeah.
I think I know.
It was ready, and now he can't find it. Hey, have a good one, Chief. Have you seen the new Parliament building design? I have. I thought it was pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. And it's leaked.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. A lot of people hate it.
And it's leaked. How much? Like,
of course it's going to leak.
It's leaked in the main auditorium.
Bangkok kind of leapfrogged nearly every U.S. city for airport infrastructure, modern buildings, convenience, and yeah, right. Movie theaters are on another level here.
Really?
Balls, yeah. There's no movie theater in America that I've ever been in that's as nice as like that premium
major?
one in Paragon.
Oh, Paragon, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
of course, expensive ticket.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I filmed something with Suburban Beard, so you got it'll be fun. Here, Chakrit. The top.
Chakrit.
Chakrit. Wrong tone.
Chakrit.
Chakrit. Top doesn't care about the real well-being, and the little one couldn't get hands on the butt. Yeah, now I wouldn't disagree. I think there's a cultural shift that would need to happen in order for there to be real top-down change here. And as long as the top is super comfortable skimming off of everyone else's well-being, they're not going to change. And I think that's reality. It takes powerful leadership, and leadership that can inspire people to do something different. And don't get me wrong, in America that doesn't exist right now either. So it's not like it's not uncommon for that to be lacking. But when it exists and it's exceptional, it can be revolutionary. Yeah, it all comes down to mindset. Auntie Jib. Craig says, make no mistake, the reason Japan came back was because they were and are prohibited from building an army, thus zillions of dollars spent on infrastructure. Yeah.
Ah.
Yes, there were other reasons there, right? Absolutely, and you're right. The prohibition on military was one of them. I read, though, now that they're thinking about changing their constitution so that they can build a more robust defense force. There's a strong move to nationalism there. What the hell did you do? So, not for us to buy, but the girl who we buy our veggies from obviously buys by the kilo, right? So that's why the price. So, like she was saying, why the price of cilantro went up was the price shifted from 80 baht per kilo to 400.
So because I asked for like eggplant,
Yeah.
I want to make a green curry, and it's need eggplant, right? The round one.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked her, she said, "Oh no, now it's so expensive, cannot get it and sell." I was like, what? And then she talked about cilantro.
Yeah. So I was talking to Jim, like, how old do you think our veggie girl is? I think she's like maybe 30. Like her and her whole family run this cart, like brother, boyfriend, dad, like whatever. And I was like, she looks really young, like she might be in her 20s, but I think she's probably like 30 something. And Jim was like, old enough to have a kid she can video chat with, because that's who she was talking to when we got our food. So at least 14.
Hey.
No, she's definitely older. She's definitely older, but looks super young. Curious, how many IMAX have you visited in Thailand so far? Not just the 70 millimeter in Paragon. Is Paragon or Central World? Paragon. Yeah, it's the only 70 millimeter IMAX here. It's amazing. I've seen a few movies there. IMAX, when a movie's filmed in 70 millimeter, and it's shown in 70 millimeter, I mean, it's such a difference. I saw Dunkirk, I think was the last movie I watched there, specifically because it was shot on 70. And, mind-blowing experience to go see that there. So, yeah, and people fly from all over Asia to go to that theater, because I think it's the only 70 millimeter in Southeast Asia. Yeah. That IMAX in Paragon. I think the other one's a 35.
Too big. I don't like.
It's for Dunkirk, right? It's a different experience because it's so immersive. But for a lot of movies, I prefer just to watch it on regular screen. And actually, they tore Scala down the other day, so heartbroken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. I know what you mean. I need a kilo. Thailand needs to be very hesitant to be an economic colony of China. Short-term gains, but partnership with China always weighs heavy to China and local Chinese Thai. So I think I don't disagree, right? Like, and I see Thailand pushing back on a lot of things from China at the moment, like the proposed canal. China wants that obviously for itself. Thailand did a feasibility study. I don't believe the results are out yet on the feasibility study, but I can't imagine them agreeing to make this canal. One, because it'll just end up like Panama, where if you guys know how Panama was created, the U.S. took control of the canal, then showed up to defend it, and Panama became a separate country. I could see China, financing this canal to Thailand for trillions of dollars, and then sending some weapons down to the southern provinces to help out the insurrection, and then saying, oh no, the canal's threatened, and send some battleships and take over, and say, okay guys, southern Thailand's no longer part of Thailand, and you still owe us money for the canal. Like, 100% could see that happening. Not even a question. But, at the same time, being an economic partner with China in this region makes sense for a lot of other reasons. But yeah, does China want their own advantage? For sure. But I don't think it actually benefits Thai Chinese as much as it benefits Chinese that are immigrating here currently. Like, Jib's Thai Chinese. Like, her family doesn't want China to show up and take over. But Chinese people who immigrated here, like, last year would definitely love China to have more influence here, right? It's complicated. Jib looks like she's 17. Come on, guys. You don't want to get me in trouble when I go out in public and people are like, oh, so young. It already happens. And now she's going to go back to the Royal Academy and do drawing, so that means another year of uniform, which means another year of
And now you walk with me and Jam.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have dinner together, three of us.
It looked like me and my two daughters out for dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so her and Jam are going to study the same program at the Royal Academy. They're planning to study at the same program at the Royal Academy. Once applications open up, they'll submit, but...
Not yet.
It's traditional Thai drawing, is that right?
ใช่ค่ะ
Yeah. So another year of Jib in high school girl uniform. Or pseudo high school. It's not exactly high school, but it's not university uniform either. So it'll be interesting year for Jib. More work, less embroidery, more drawing. Still sore eyes. Yeah. Any talk of crypto? There's always crypto. There's always crypto on the sort of foreigner news here. A lot of people in Thailand, and especially foreigners, are into crypto. The local news, I don't see crypto covered that much on Thai news. Do you pick up on? You watch different Thai news than I do. Do you pick up on crypto stuff?
Not often. It will be on the news when someone frauded.
Yeah. Frauds tend to get the traction here.
Something like that.
I personally, I'm not huge into the crypto space, especially as an investment tool. I mean, had I gotten into it, I tried mining in early, like in 2009 or 2010, and I couldn't get it to work. There was an issue, and so I just gave up on it. I never mined it for Bitcoin, and I followed blockchain technology as it interwove with some of the work I was doing a few years ago, but it's not something I've been like big into since. I've seen Grand Prix 2001 Space Odyssey, original 70mm when each was on tour. Ooh. It would have been the good weed too. 2001 A Space Odyssey on 70mm would be amazing. For sure. We saw that movie at Scala. Oh, Jib didn't go. You didn't go to 2001, right? I went with, I think, my buddy David. And great movie. They used to show a lot of Kubrick on the classic Sundays. and we went. Jib would always skip the Kubrick movies though, except for The Shining. She went for The Shining. I'm still upset. The weekend before after they closed, The Graduate we had tickets to The Graduate.
Get ticket for mom too.
Yeah, we were gonna take Jib's mom. It's like I knew like she would want to go, and like so I was like, oh, you want to go? She's like, yeah, it's like good because I bought you a ticket. And we were looking forward to The Graduate, great movie, and literally the weekend after they closed was our ticket to The Graduate. We still have the tickets.
Yeah, because actually they say like we can refund it.
Yeah, but
it's
like
okay.
yeah, like
we'll keep it.
One, the money goes to the Film Society of Thailand, and two, I don't want to give the ticket back.
Yeah, we'll keep it.
Yeah, and I'm glad we did because they closed, and so. Oh yeah, how's your? Well, they're asking about the wrinkle, but how's your swollen eye?
Good.
It's like 99% normal. It's still a little swollen.
จริงเหรอ
Jin,
ไหน
a little puffy underneath. By comparison, yeah. Yeah, so Jim ended up getting on a course of antibiotics
work
to
well.
clear up. Yeah. I did. I saw Dune. Jim and I watched Dune the other day. So Jim, you guys know Jim's a big Jason Momoa fan, and so like halfway through the movie, and like, I like Jason Momoa too. He's good, but look, as an actor, he plays himself. The thing is, no one plays Jason Momoa better than Jason Momoa.
ใช่สิ
Right? And so, but Jim's like halfway through a movie, Jim's like, oh, I feel like Dave Bautista's a much better actor than Jason Momoa. I was like, yeah, he's a great actor. And I'm like, but look, Jason Momoa plays Jason Momoa really well. I was like, however, Dave Bautista is such a good actor. He probably plays Jason Momoa better than Jason Momoa. I've not seen every Jason Momoa movie, but the ones I've seen, he plays himself. And that's not a bad thing. Like, I don't want to take anything away from him. Like, I'm not going to say, like, I don't think he's a bad actor at all. And much the same that I don't think Jason Statham's a bad actor. Jason Statham plays Jason Statham. Or, like, an amped-up version of himself. And that's not a bad thing, because he does it so well. Jason Momoa, to me, is the same type of actor. He plays that character incredibly well. Right, so even like he has a look that is amazing. He has charisma. He has presence, and that works. And I don't need him to be in like romantic comedies. I need him to be Duncan Idaho in Dune. I need him to be Count Drago. I need him to be Aquaman. Right, those are the perfect roles for him. And I don't need him to be like, I want to be in a romantic comedy to flex my. No, I don't need that. I want him to drive motorcycles, have long hair, beat people up, and jump off of things. Like that's all I need him to do, and it's perfect. But Dave Bautista is a better actor. And Jim was like, oh, but he was a wrestler. I'm like, wrestling's acting. It's theater. He does theater every night when he wrestled.
Oh.
The same reason The Rock is such a good actor. When you're a professional wrestler, you're doing live theater every night. Every night.
I thought that's sport.
Sports entertainment. It's very violent theater.
If you say it's stunt show, I will understand.
It's theater. Think about it as theater. Like going to the theater and watching a play.
So then it's not sport.
No, it's entertainment dressed up as sport.
Okay. Then I understand that.
That's why they call it sports entertainment.
It's not sport. They just bring like a
athlete. They don't say it's a sport. It's sports entertainment.
I don't understand. Too complicated for me.
I was happy to see Thailand push back, take control of the big train project after it enters Thailand. Yeah. There's been, again, I think organizationally, there's a lot of geopolitical stuff going on. I still believe America and China will be at war within the decade. So, obviously the Gulf of Thailand will end up playing some type of critical role there.
Then we should get the land somewhere outside Bangkok and I start to learn how to farm.
I told you, we need a bug out location. Is that Thai pass stable yet? And then flat Earth fellas are moving to Thailand. Oh God, I don't need more flat earthers in Thailand. Get them out of here. People who believe in flat Earth did not pay attention in science as a kid. Oh, thank you, brother. Yeah, big accomplishment for me. Oh, I had to cancel coffee with Mike yesterday. We got to reschedule soon.
P. Mike, how are you?
Yeah, what's up? He's living his ass off. He's got white man booty because he lifted off. Average. So usually people get a daily rate here.
Yeah.
So Thais will either have a monthly or day rate salary.
So for if it's a day rate, the minimum 300 baht.
Didn't they raise it to like 320? No. So yeah, it's about $10 a day is the minimum.
But like the other day is news about security guard.
Yeah.
So they get 500 a day.
Okay. When I teach, I get paid hourly. So it depends on the university, but around 2,000 baht an hour to 3,000 baht an hour depends. When I teach. But that's like they're paying you for like the hour of class, like the in class hours, not all the hours that you spend teaching, obviously, or working on your curriculum.
Yeah.
I think people here are more interested in investing in gold rather than crypto. Yeah, gold is a big thing here. For sure.
Physical gold,
Yeah.
you still have it in your hand.
Yeah.
Not like crypto that it's just like, you cannot touch it.
Yeah.
So think about people who older than me. Most of them like, what is that? Like, if they buy like a stock, they still have like the note that, you have this number, the amount of the stock, right? But with the crypto, it's like, where is it?
Yeah, I think you can buy gold I would rather buy gold options than gold. Whereas so I don't have to physically hold gold.
Told you about that the other day.
Yeah, through the fund.
Yeah.
So I would rather do that if I was going to buy a commodity like gold. And I have a friend here, though, Sam. Sometimes he comes on the chat. He's actually a channel member. He likes to play around in the gold market here. He'll buy it and sell it at the same shop.
Where he go? Colorado.
Somewhere. I think he goes somewhere near Prachani Wet.
Yeah, it's like, is that the place near that? I never see the gold shop near that.
I don't know if it's in Prachani
But we
Wet,
have it at the market here.
So we have one not far from here. But he does this where he goes to he'll buy it when it's down. He'll sell the same piece back when it goes up.
Yeah.
And then if it drops again, he'll go back and buy it. He thinks he gets the same gold back and forth. And he just gets a kick out of it. I think he gets a kick out of doing it, and he gets a little bit of money in exchange each time. So it's fun for him. Hey, Dave, what's up, man?
My friend does that too.
Oh, Jason's father is a friend of his. Nice. From
Yeah.
the same place in Hawaii.
What?
Nice. Yeah, like I said, no one does it better. No one is Jason
he's
better
from
than
Hawaii?
Jason. Yeah, he's born in Hawaii.
Jason?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And he grew up in Iowa, somewhere in the middle of America.
Okay.
With his mom.
Oh, so he moved from island to the mainland?
Yeah. And then moved back to the island when he was in Baywatch. I never saw Baywatch Hawaii, but
I saw a photo the other day.
was in that.
He's in orange pants.
Yeah. That's Baywatch. Also, again, perfect role for him, right? You can.
But he looked young, like teenager.
Yeah. I think he aged a lot when he got the scar on his face.
Oh.
Someone attacked him at a bar and cut his face open.
Oh.
And the person who hit him with the bottle went to prison for 5 years.
Oh.
But yeah, he ended up get that cut. But I think that cut probably added to his character,
right? But it's mostly.
It sucks for him, and he's lucky that he didn't get nerve damage or anything.
Yeah, it's close to the eye.
Yeah. Lucky that he didn't hurt his eye. But yeah, I mean, as far as because I was talking with someone with him the other day, not you, with someone else, and they were oh, he's a bad actor. I'm like, no, he just plays that one character so well, and it's so his persona is so overwhelming just like Jason, like I said, just like a Jason Statham, just American and bigger and
If
badder.
he's like in action movie, you know it's gonna be good.
Yeah, exactly. Like again,
No matter what, like
Yeah.
it's gonna be good.
Yeah, even if it's like a bad movie, like it's fun,
Yeah.
right? With Jason Statham, and I think with
Yes.
Jason Momoa it's the same thing. And like again, like not everyone can do that. Like I can't be me in a movie and people be like, "Oh, that's awesome." They'd be like, "Dana, yeah, it's not exciting." But if Jason Momoa is Jason Momoa in a movie, you're like, "I want to see that." It's a it thing, you know. He's got it. Dry fit. Dry fit material is woven in Thailand or Vietnam. I'm in need of new shirts. These are super. Which dry fit? Which shirts you talking about, Amazakian? In Roman theater, they killed people for sport. That's true. Yeah, Coliseum.
No, ไม่ตอน that theater สิ โอ้ย
Morning, Uncle Dave, with a common Christmas gift from you and Sir in December.
โอ้
Met up with Jason several times. Nicole Scherzinger, lead singer from Pussycat Dolls, also same part of Hawaii as me. How do you say her last name? Is Schrenzinger? I know who she is, the singer from Pussycat Dolls. Just pick one.
เนี่ย when Joe said look
Yeah,
at the phone เนี่ย Joe
I remember when the Pussy Dolls came out, I was like, they got some good music. But yeah, that girl Nicole, she can sing. She can belt. You can bug out to Sharon. I'll put you guys up. Deal. You'll be my bug out. Surin. You'll be my bug out location, Dave. I paid the guys working on the house $400 and $500 a day. Not a bad rate. Well over minimum wage.
yeah.
You know, and for like skilled craftsmen
So
working on your
here
house.
it's like the minimum is like you cannot do anything. You don't know what you're doing. You just carry heavy stuff. Yeah, 300. Even like the guy who work in a fresh market, like carry stuff, like push the veggie cart like that.
Yeah.
So they get paid like $420 a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like seems like no one get paid at the minimum wage anymore. So people get paid more, and like if especially when you have skill,
Yeah.
like for the construction you get like 600, 700.
Yeah.
It depends on
And
what
you
your
should.
skill.
I mean, you should be paid more based on skill.
Yeah, so
real
if you have
quick-
skill.
Oh, see, the things that give the action stars too much credit. This is the thing. Like,
I like action.
yeah, like if you're good at it though, Osito, like I don't think that's a bad thing. If you want to talk about a movie though, The Rock was excellent in. Be Cool. It's the sequel to Get Shorty. Really good comedic acting from The Rock in Be Cool. I mean, yes, he was really good in Pain and Gain. I agree, but Be Cool was phenomenal. But Dave Bautista, like, look at all the roles Dave Bautista's been in besides Drax. Like, he is able to like really play like a very emotional range of characters. I think that's fantastic.
I like him in Army of the Dead.
Yeah, absolutely. Hackers could destroy the crypto market. I agree. There have been hacks before with theft. I personally think the biggest threat to the crypto market, though, is the potential of hackers counterfeiting a transaction that actually gets cashed out. Once that happens, once you can counterfeit on the blockchain, I believe the trust will be lost in that technology. And without trust, the market holds no value for it. So I think that's the biggest threat to crypto is the potential of a counterfeit that could be worth billions of dollars and gets moved off of the market and into like assets elsewhere before it's discovered. Once that happens, trust in that market's gone, whether they fix it or not.
That's why I should get gold. We still have it somewhere in the house if I can find it.
We can have gold in the house when you let me get a shotgun and two 1911 45 caliber pistols. When you let me get those, then you can have all the gold you want.
Seriously?
Seriously.
You think anyone can find stuff in the house? Even you cannot find things.
You know, I spent 20 minutes looking for my GoPro yesterday. It's on top of my speaker. Hey, Soy Mafia. A bit late. Was cooking plat tout tart.
Fried mackerel.
Oh,
Thai
fried
mackerel.
mackerel. Consume,
ปลาทู
then salmon. Oh, plat tout tart.
I like ปลาทูทอดlike but you know mom told me like when it was like a big flood like 38 years ago I was 2 that time so it's flood like Granny cannot go out to the market so she wait for someone to like paddle boat past my house that it was the road and then she will get the pla tu from that bird and fry it in the house so along that time I eat just like rice with fried mackerel but I cannot remember but mom told me that so yeah I like pla tu
Soy Mafia talking about Free Britney. She'll be back from Bangkok concert. I hope
Huh?
so. She was released from her conservatorship, I believe.
what is that
Like her father controlled her life through a conservatorship, and
what
now
is
she's
that
been
so
released.
she's not like young anymore like
No, because she had mental issues. Like
Oh.
her father was able to like take control of her money and her life decisions.
is that legal to
Like
do
even it's crazy, but yeah,
like she's not like
she's my age.
yeah it's
Yeah.
like why
But
I
even to
don't-
the
I
point
don't
like not
understand.
allowing her to have a kid.
huh?
Yeah,
She's not like 18
yeah. So yeah, I hope she does do a concert here. It'd be epic, I'm sure. She does like her shows are like really theatric. I'm watching Triple X right now as I'm watching you guys. Oh, that's not. Vin Diesel, I'm not a fan of. He's another guy who plays himself. I'm just not a fan of him playing himself. When wholesale shopped all morning in the wee hours in Sampang, we had a guy with a trolley follow us and lug it all around. Hot, heavier, and heavier. Would give him 1,000 baht. It was worth it. Yeah, for sure. If you're saving yourself that much paid. Yeah, I didn't see when did it post? I haven't seen. Maybe I didn't get notifications on it, Dave. I might have to like unsub and resub your channel so I keep getting new notification videos. But I'll check it out. I've loved that series so far. It's really cool watching your house get constructed from the ground up. I'm hopeful that at some point Jib and I will do like a major renovation on a building. Jib's not so much. We have slightly different ideal living situations. For me, I very much want to live. I want to get a shop house or 2 shop houses and renovate it to be our home. Jib wants to move into like a house ready to live in.
yes because ready to live in like you just move stuff in put it in the place that you want and yeah next day you settle down but old house and need renovation I don't know how many years before I can move in
So I love shop house architecture. So for me, that's like ideal, like Bangkok life, like in a shop house on the soy, live like vertically but short, so like no more than 5 stories, and be able to kind of like spec each floor out to like how you want it to function. And then I love renovating things. So even in the U.S., I renovated my 2 homes dramatically. The first one for like $250,000 I spent on renovation. So do I? That's something I'm really passionate about. Plus the design that goes into that is really cool. And you can repurpose an old building and extend the life of it. And I don't need to live like in a huge space. Like I don't need 1,000 square meters. So, like, to optimize a smaller space is more interesting to me. Whereas I think Jib would much rather live... One, I know that Jib doesn't necessarily want to have shared walls with anything, and which I don't mind, but Jib does. And
no I don't mind but when someone make noise and you record something it's like why they make this noise like it's during the day
so that happened when our neighbors were doing construction. They started earlier than agreed. That was an issue.
and like something the other day like the neighbor at the back start cooking. It's like smash the
Oh,
modern.
they always do. We joke about that every day because I feel like our neighbors make chili paste every day. Because all we like, usually they do it like
I think they sell
lunchtime.
ขนมจีน
You'll hear them like. So I'll always say to Jim, "Oh, chili paste time."
because I check on the Robinhood. It's like
Oh, that's right. It's behind us.
I think
Yeah.
that's them.
But yeah, I mean, it must be good if they're making that much of it. But that doesn't bother me. Then like, I just think it's funny that they make it so like every day.
I think they sell
Yeah.
like ขนมจีนน้ำยาปู
Yeah.
It's like a curry with crab meat.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Free tickets to Brittany. Can't go. It's the right price. Epic show too.
Huh?
Property
Free
Brothers
ticket.
in Bangkok and Flip Shop. I don't know if anyone's flipping. I guess you could if you were getting into gentrified areas. But I love that style, right? So it's
What flip shop house?
watching Jim's reaction as I talk about renovation. So here's the other thing. Like we have a multi-year contract on our studio now, so if we get something in the next couple of years, we can just extend until the renovations are finished. Right? That's the idea.
Forever.
Huh? Forever. No.
Forever.
Plan it out. I looked at a building the other day that I thought it was a triple shop house. I might have talked about this the other week on the stream. So I thought it was a triple shop house.
I think we didn't
Yeah.
talk about it.
Okay.
We just discuss to each other, like laugh a lot about that.
So we went to, it was a funny situation. So I see this triple shop house. It's dilapidated. The roof is collapsed in on part of
Yeah.
it. And when I get around to the side, they have like a piece of land attached to it. And it's clearly an apartment building, not a shop house. And just the first floor is like retail. And then the top 3 floors are living space. Small apartments, like kind of efficiency type places. And then a plot
It's big
of
building but small apartments,
Yeah.
so like 45 rooms.
Yeah, 45 rooms, but so they must be small, like 45 studios essentially. So I take a photo of the sign. I asked Jim to call, and I'm thinking like they want. It looks like it's 50 years old. Like the paint is completely faded off of it. No windows. All the windows are smashed out of it, except for like the front where it's gated. But you can see all the water damage. It would need a lot of work. Complete demo. And I'm thinking like maybe because it has an extra piece of land for parking, like 20 million baht. Right? Like a maximum. I'm thinking maximum 20 million baht. That's where they'll start negotiations. And so Jim calls, and she writes me back a message. Like they want 55 million baht for this building, and the realtor told her that the building itself was only 15 years old. I'm like, there's no way this building is 15 years old. Maybe it's been empty for 15 years, but it's not 15 years
Yeah.
old. Like the plaster, because here they plaster the walls over the brick. The plaster was all bubbling and falling off inside. It was in rough shape. And they're like, oh, it's 15 years old, 50 million baht. And then they try 55 million.
55.
And then they
Start
try to
at
tell us
55.
how good of a deal 55 million was.
It's not even close to the main road. It's like
Yeah.
deep in the soil.
Yeah, and it's on a soil that doesn't come all the way through either.
It's not connected to anything.
And also it's at the intersection, which a lot of Thais don't like houses that are at intersections.
We call สามแยก
Yeah.
It's not like if it's a section like cross like this, fine. But if it's like this, like T,
Three-way, yeah.
yeah, we hate it. Like especially like if you're the house at the end of this T, you have bad luck. But
Yeah.
actually, it's not anything about luck. It's about like what if the car drive too fast, not really see, oh, it's your house. They have
Yeah.
to pick left or right. They just go straight to your house, then you die.
So this one,
That's the thing.
The house is only a little bit in the intersection, but the empty lot is 100%, right? Which is where you would put your gate or whatever. So when they're like 55 million, I was like, oh my.
And then she give me this car right away. Okay, 50.
Yeah.
Like, huh?
So yeah, it was.
It's a lot of
Like I said, I
work.
thought 20 million maximum is what they would ask, and then like,
And
you
she
could
said,
negotiate
oh,
to
because the
15.
location, this is Sukhumvit. Like, yeah.
97. Sukhumvit 97. It's not on 23.
Yeah, right. But if it's 23, it's like much more.
Yeah, but that deep on 23 would still be like 50 million that deep on 23 would be cheap, right? 55 million that deep on 97 at a T intersection, right? Which, like, again, like, Ty's not a fan of that. At 55 million baht, I was like, oh, stupid. And then Jit found a mansion literally like half a kilometer down, not even half a kilometer, for what was it, 30 million or less than 30 million?
The house.
Yeah.
It says a single house.
Yeah, bigger land.
Like lots of like yard area. It's like 35, I think.
No, I thought it was 25.
Like something like ready to move
30.
in.
Yeah.
It's a big house, very big house, and in a nice condition. If they just like move their own furniture out and we just move in, that's like it. Yeah. Like
pool, all that.
Yeah, and like it's closer to the main road, and it's like half price. Yeah, it might be like 20 something million. Yeah. It's like, is that? It's like closer to the main road.
Closer to the main road.
And like the early soy, not 97 and half price. Like, why not? Yeah, why not? If we have the money, why not?
Like that's much more reasonable. Well, it's not the style that I want to get, but it is very much.
If we have to choose.
Yeah, like if I had to choose between a building that they're clearly lying about the age. Like I said, if they said this building's been empty for 15 years, I would believe that. Right? But the fact that they said it was 15 years old,
it's like no way that a roof like collapsed like that. Yeah. Like, and with that, I don't know how strong the structure will be.
Wooden frame windows that were all rotted out. Like the windows that were left, like the frames were wooden, they were all rotted. So, yeah, and then when we see a mansion closer to the main, on more land, and
maybe a
better location. No, it was a little bit more, yeah.
Oh yeah. So from like what agent says, like, oh, this land is value, and like the thing about the building that you get is like the building is like not in a good condition at all. That's a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Think about like the other house like ready to move in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And nice.
Yeah.
And energy efficient.
I don't know.
No, it had had like triple pane glass, like low E glass.
I think it's kind of like a design.
Yeah, and the air. So you can see the aircon in one of the photos. It was a newer unit, like high efficiency unit. So I would imagine. But yeah, I got such a kick out of this idea. Like 55 million, you gotta be kidding me. And then the other day we saw a shop house in Onda for 2.8.
Yeah.
Which is a little small.
Just one unit.
Yeah, and it looked like the people next, to the right, own like 6.
I think it's like, they might open like business, a real shop house, like a real business, because no gate, just like the pull down the front, the like metal
6
front.
Of them.
Yeah.
So I mean that would be cool.
Well, no, maybe they will want to sell in the future.
6 is a lot, right? 2 is like pretty good space. 6 is like here we have our unit is 2 of these, and it's not bad. It's very comfortable space. No, 1 is a bit tight.
Get 1 extra for your stuff.
So like our neighbors that we're friends with, they have 1, and it's a bit tight. It feels a little too small. Especially the way they have it set up is a bit like their interior design's a bit awkward for the sizing. Like some of the things they did, but overall, like it's just a bit too narrow. Especially for only being 2 floors. If it was 4 floors, that being that narrow is not as much of an issue. But when you're only 2 floors, then being that narrow is very limiting. Especially like their upstairs, how it's just like the 2 rooms.
It's the same design as we have, so it's too small.
Yeah, I mean. And there's 3 of them, so it's a bit challenging. I think it's a bit challenging.
So like if it's like shop house, normally like the upper floor will make it to the front, like where the gate is, and you can park like on the first floor, or like Thai will like ride scooter and just like put it inside, not take much space, and you can set up like a dining table downstairs, no problem. You can do even like the table that can flip, so just move it, so no problem.
Just pick one.
Joe, you come here. I will take you to Pet Yindi gym and I ask them to train you.
Just pick one. I'll take the bottom right. A cute jib with glasses.
All glasses. All photo has glasses.
They say they'd like to completely do a remodel on a traditional Thai wooden house. Maybe 10 rai land would be nice, but
Yo, 10
I'm
right.
retired and lazy now.
10 right. You have to.
Out where
How
he's
can you
at.
take care of all the yard?
You just get a bunch of buffalo to eat the grass.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, right.
I
Okay.
think a traditional Thai wooden house would be a cool kind of project for sure. Very
Expensive wood,
expensive to
teak,
get the old teak, right? And you need the teak for
Actually-
the insect resistance.
Actually, you can ask to buy like a old Thai house because like someone doesn't want it anymore. You can buy it and move like the whole house.
So
to
I've
the new
actually
land.
heard about, someone told me about foreigners buying old Thai houses that someone died in that are no longer in use and just repurposing the teak for other projects. Like I
Can.
guess Thais won't
Can.
buy them, or most
It's
Thais won't buy
different.
them.
Like I don't scare of that, but
But-
I'm not a big fan of the wood house.
Yeah. But I mean, I wouldn't buy the wood house, but you could use the wood for other projects.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're being
Yeah,
bought
no
for.
problem.
But,
If it's like old wood, not a new cut, it's okay.
sounds like a new channel, retired and lazy now.
What?
That'd be a good channel.
Retire and lazy. Are you?
I'm not retired or lazy, unfortunately. How many buffalo? Yes, even so, obviously, says how many buffalo to keep around on 10 rye.
Yeah, 10 right.
Oh, this isn't crazy. We're also a standalone building of 4 shop houses connected all the upper floors across and have 2 large shops below, 1 restaurant, 1 retail.
Yo.
Kind of in the middle of nowhere main road. So actually,
Nowhere, man.
ideally, like that's what I would like is like 3 to 4, because we've talked about opening a gallery, like a gallery space with maybe a cafe. And so if we were to have something that we could have and do the art gallery with like a cafe in it, that would be cool as a cool side business. And then upstairs have living space and office space. But even if we could do it with like 1 or 2, it's still something. But that's kind of like the plan is to have a gallery with either a cafe or some type of other ancillary business to it.
Gary would be nice,
Yeah,
so I can show my work. I don't want to sell, but I just want to show. Because I cannot like do it again, like just one piece.
Yeah. But I mean, that's kind of what we've talked about. So like, I would like to get 5 stories. 4 would be, if we could have more than 1, 4 would be
5 story.
Yeah.
Will you walk?
good. Have to.
Think about leg day.
Yeah, leg day will suck. I can
So
barely
you sleep
make
downstairs?
in the gallery.
Yeah.
So yeah, on leg day now, I'm like the day after. Actually, leg day itself not bad. Day after leg day sucks. Actually, I would say for me, 2 days after leg day is the worst. So like 2 days after leg day, I can't sit, I can't stand. And usually 2 days after leg day is like usually I'll do like a second chest day or a second arm day. So like the lift isn't bad, but then it's like the getting out, and I try to do jump rope on the days that I'm not lifting. So jump rope after leg day is a bit of a rough one. Yeah.
I will bring you to the place that have just like squat toilet.
Oh God. I'm getting closer to be able to squat ass to grass.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah.
My balance, I don't have the flexibility in my hamstrings yet. Not my hamstrings, my Achilles to get all the way down yet, but I'm working on it. And then so I can get down far enough, but like I can break parallel, and so get below parallel. But when I'm down that low, I can't get a jib can do it, no problem. So I can't get this low in balance yet. That's what I'm working on.
Try.
No, because I don't want to fall.
Try.
No, because I'll fall. Sit down. But I was working on this the other day after leg day. I can get down past parallel, but I have to lean way forward to keep my balance, which is still difficult.
So you guys that would like to visit other province, you should learn how to sit like that to
Use the
use.
squatty potty.
Yeah, at the like a petrol station, they will have like that type of toilet.
Yeah. Actually, on the trains sometimes too. The older trains have those.
Oh, I don't like. You need a new train, like.
Ours
have,
is
like,
8 rye. We
motor
built a teak knockdown about 10. Oh, nice.
Yo,
We'll build a modern when we get back.
cheap.
The teak will be a guest house. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, teak's not cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to get, at one point, Jib's friend has a property out, and it was at Phetchaburi?
Ratchaburi.
Pratchaburi.
Ratchaburi.
Ratchaburi.
So next to the Burma.
And we were talking about like buying a bug out plot out there. And, but like the one that it didn't have, it was, the water rights were like messed up with it. Like, because half of it had water rights and the other half.
Oh, so
had
that
the
is
water.
two pieces of land.
Yeah.
Not that connect.
Yeah.
We want to get a small one. It's 3 right,
Yeah.
which is like the water from public like a canal
Yeah,
will
is
go
there.
past it to the other land at 9 right. So the owner would like to sell that two together because if they sell just the small piece, then the new owner can just close the small
Yeah.
waterway. Then the 9 right won't get water. That's the problem.
Yeah.
But seems like the 9 right is like will become a
Farm.
no
Oh, gas station, right,
gas
yeah.
station, the big one. So I don't
It's
know
not an issue anymore.
how is it. Yeah.
But yeah, well, the idea, like if we had a bug out location, we'd just build like a concrete A-frame, and then with like a loft, and like that would be the bug out house. Some shotguns, a little bit of.
I'm scared of the gecko.
Well, that's why no. So her friend, for whatever reason, her friend has drop ceilings in their house out there.
Oh, but she said like her husband would like to hide like all the pipe system. So it's like it's a ceiling and a gecko live there, and now there's a snake come to eat gecko.
Yeah.
And when the snake go into the ceiling, all gecko run out. It's like, oh my god, that's like scary movie.
Yeah. So I would definitely throw the. I'm not. We have drop ceilings here, but we didn't build this. If we owned this, we would take them out, and then just like refinish the wiring and the plumbing. But I mean, I can understand wanting to hide it if you don't like it. We happen to both like that sort of industrial rough look. But yeah, they had a picture of was it the gecko's face popping out?
Yeah.
Of the light hole in the drop ceiling.
It's like scary and like snake come up
Yeah.
to eat gecko.
Yeah, I thought it'd be good, like, to have a bug out location.
I
like,
cannot.
If shit goes sideways in Bangkok, jump on the bike, head out to the bug out location, and just hunker down.
I cannot survive gecko.
Well, if we have a place, there won't be geckos. We'll gecko proof it, okay?
It will come to the house for sure.
It will come, but we'll find a way to keep the majority out. Little ones.
Even I go to the hotel.
House gecko's
sometimes-
okay, right?
House gecko is a small one that like this size,
Yeah.
okay, but not like the big one that has like a
What's
color
the-
and a
wh-
spot on
What's
it.
the big square one that I see out in the garden sometimes? The
What
seek
square?
or something skeet.
Oh, the brown one?
Yeah.
Waiting lane, that's fine, that's cute. I
Yeah.
don't scare of that.
Yeah, I see those out in the garden.
It's a
kinda big,
shiny
though. Yeah.
skin.
Yeah, actually, one time we
Jingling.
had a little monitor lizard in the
Oh, that
house.
one.
Yeah.
Not
Jim-
really.
I was sleeping. Jim sent me a photo. It was up in the
That
boxes
one.
here. Yeah,
I don't know how can
this box.
it get in. Yeah. So I hear some noise like what? Like what is that? I walk around and see that one.
Yeah, we had a big monitor in our garden one day.
Can I
Jim's like, go
pass
look
the door?"
outside. I go outside. It's like a 2-meter monitor. The old wooden house would definitely be interesting, especially if you want to modernize it, like to like make it like kind of like not like super modern, but like find a balance would be nice. Hey, Stuck, welcome back.
Is it Sharjah?
Yeah,
Same minute.
you can use an automotive wrench pulley lift up to 1,200 pounds and convert to an elevator for the house. No regulations, no problem. Yeah, that's what I would need if I post leg day to get upstairs. We'll be celebrating Loy Krathong later this month.
ลอยกระทง อ๋อ
We'll celebrate, but we don't launch the kratong's into
Yeah, we
the
don't.
water. That's something we don't do as a family.
Long ago I did.
Unless it's in like when we lived in Asok at Benchikiti, they had a controlled one.
Yeah,
where-
in the
park.
park.
And you could put it in, and they were literally there in boats taking them out as people put them in.
No, next day.
No, they were there in the boats that night, like scooping some up.
Some,
Yeah.
not every.
No, not you can't get all of them. There's thousands.
But next day they will like take
Yeah.
all.
So, but yeah, in a control one like that, we would do it. But at the same time, like some of those still sink. So like you're still causing issues. But the holiday itself, I'll definitely take advantage of some food in a market for sure.
Yeah.
I like the polished cement look with exposed yellow pipes running high above. Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of finished cement. Sometimes, like, it depends on the quality of the cement, though. I don't necessarily think that all the cement work that's done here is high quality enough to polish and seal. So there's some coats that you can put over it, like some hard coats or even tile. Like the right tile, I don't mind. And here they have a lot.
Color.
Here they have a lot of the long tile, so like I think those look kind of cool as a flooring, or like the large format color tile. What color?
Like a
Pink.
no for a house you see for it's like you see a tile and job house.
Yeah, this isn't bad. Some of his is a bit not quite my style, but so Jib's brother Job has a very nice modern house that he built. Very small.
Yeah, because mom doesn't want it to block like the window of the main house.
Yeah. And
Which is if we tear it down, build the new ones, will get bigger.
yes, taller. So, yeah, very nice house. It's nice open on the first floor, but he has a couple of spots where he's put in some like very European looking tile that wouldn't quite fit my style, but it works for what they have.
Yeah, ตุ๊กแก
Toke Gecko.
Oh, I'm scared of that.
Hey Ryan, what's up? Just popping in before I go out. Thanks for watching a few vids. Meet for coffee soon. Yeah, man, I liked your videos. Ryan, he commented on one of our videos the other day, and I went and looked at some of his. He's got some cool videos. One where he's like trying to talk Thai to like locals.
Oh,
and, like,
okay.
Going out to like some places.
So you can speak Thai, right?
I don't know how good his Thai is. He said he's just learning, but seems to be. I'm assuming, Ryan, your girlfriend does the subtitles, the English subs that you added under the Thai people. But they're cool videos. It's good engagement.
Okay, I will check it.
Yeah, I'll show you some after. Have to go to the house. Hey, have a good one, Dave. I'll check that video out, and I'll resubscribe so I can get
Maybe get a land next to
notifications
Dave.
again. Get land in CERN.
Yeah, next to Dave's house.
Okay.
Yeah, and we built something and like
And
okay,
Dave can
keep
look
it there.
after it.
Yeah.
You can have some shitty neighbors, Dave. We'll buy the lot next to you.
So when he cook like a
Oh, bread, yeah. Okay, we're going to CERN for the weekend.
Yeah, right.
Dave's
So like
cooking
okay, go for a weekend.
Is there a lot near you for sale, Dave? Let me know.
So we don't need big land. We don't need even kitchen. We just knock their door like, hey Dave, you have something for us to eat?
No plans to install fire pole in the house. That'd be a good way to get down. I still got to worry about getting up.
What?
The fire pole, like you slide down the pole. From 5 stories can be a little difficult. It's a good way to get down, not a great way to get up.
Well, how can you grab it? It's like 5 floors. It's like lots of friction.
Yeah, so it's polished.
Yeah.
You grab it and just slide down. It's going to be one piece, right? Which is why it's usually only one floor.
No.
That'd be kind of cool though. 5 stories of just sliding.
And what if someone didn't wear glasses and walk, didn't see the hole,
You
and
mean
didn't
me?
grab? Yes, that's what I
That'd
mean.
be bad.
Yes.
This looks as Atlanta won the World Series. Who are they playing against? I don't really follow baseball.
Oh, baseball. I don't understand that.
I was so rooting against Houston. I got Houston and Atlanta. Did not want to win again. Yeah, World Series is baseball. I'm not a huge baseball fan. I'll watch baseball live. I've never watched it on TV. I find it so boring. But like to be at a game live is a cool experience.
Okay.
Craig said, I want to make a bamboo frame bungalow in front of my pool and put in a swooping A-frame with glass front, top to bottom. That's the way to do it, especially if you can get low E glass to put in. Keep it cool so you can kind of naturally have like natural conduction inside. I saw someone the other day had a geodesic dome they were building in Thailand. It was posted on Facebook. And I love geodesic domes. I think they're absolutely brilliant structures. A little bit difficult to make livable because of the wall shape. Do you remember Geodesic Dome like at King Ramadine Park? Mm-hmm. So some people live in those.
Yeah?
Yeah. They make them closed off. But two big challenges. One, you need to add a pop out on the roof at the peak for ventilate. Not the peak, but the highest point center for ventilation. And you usually need to build pop-outs for additional rooms or loft it in some way to make use of the space.
Yeah.
But running electrical and running plumbing is incredibly difficult in those structures.
Yeah.
Because of all the angles. Imagine putting pipes in. Like that.
Difficult.
PEX, they don't use PEX here, but PEX would make the plumbing a lot easier because you could home run and then just snake it through the angles, especially if you had the more flexible PEX. But imagine doing like old school, like the old geodesic domes with copper piping. That's going to be a horrible job. I'm no Houston fan, but I've hated Atlanta for about 50 years, so... my twin nephew played for the Yankees. Nephews played for the Yankees, pitcher and catcher. Oh, wow, that's cool.
What is pitcher?
The one who throws the ball.
Oh.
And catches the one who stands behind the home plate and catches from the pitcher.
And what if he cannot catch it?
His job is to catch it.
What if...
Sometimes they like if it goes wide or whatever, there'll be a miss, but the pitcher and the catcher are like... Those are the two positions that communicate the most, and so they have like.
They have the code like a finger code, something like.
Or even sometimes there's like a nod of the head, or they have
something.
Like, usually they're very in sync.
So lately, I just noticed that like they do this for the badminton too.
Yeah.
Like a
high level.
Yeah. So who gonna serve? They can like short or long.
Yeah.
They gonna do like signal at the back, so the partner prepare for like return.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely there's strategy and levels to the game. Still here, Suburban. Josh. Yeah, we're probably go for like another 20, maybe a little bit less. Got stuff to do today. I got a meeting outside today too. I gotta get to Nana. I'll probably go to the pharmacy and pick up more stuff. Cause I'm running low. Well, that way I don't want to have to go like every couple weeks. Right? Like go once. And, someone built a house in Konkan in the shape of a turtle, complete with legs, shell, neck, head, and windows for the eyes. Wow, that glowed red when the light was
must be expensive to build like that.
Yeah. So unique, like really niche houses like that can be super cool, very expensive, also like almost unsellable. Yeah. For sure. If you can't catch it, you wouldn't have a job. Yeah, right. If the catcher can't catch, you won't have a job for long. Listen,
what if they miss?
No, so it's like the pitcher is throwing the ball directly to the catcher.
Okay.
The catcher's job is to like not drop it, and then to defend home plate. You need to get your ass out here. Get your ass out here, Josh. No more quarantine. Come on. No excuses. Still got all my badminton hand signals from coaching in Kuwait. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think playing like pairs badminton is going to be... you got to really be in sync for that. Right? Because it's not an easy game. even a mediocre lefty pitcher is job security in the majors. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. Like, I was watching this video the other day about basketball players that get, like, how they go broke so easily. Like, there's so many of them that go broke. And it was after, I was watching it after Jib and I watched a video about Junior, I can't remember his last name. The guy who's, like, worth, like, over $500 million. So there's a basketball player from the 70s, Junior something. He made, like, his total career earnings were $4.2 million. And he turned, like, he ended up starting an empire. And I think he played for, like, 12 years or more.
And you said 12.
Yeah, 12 years. And then he started an empire of, like, buying Wendy's and Chili's.
Very interesting.
Yeah. And, like, on his off season, like, I guess he got a law degree his first couple of years. And then he got a second business degree. And then he ended up buying a couple Wendy's franchises. Then he was buying like 10 a year or 5 a year. And then he ended up buying a bunch of Chili's. And then the company, the main company, ended up buying all of his franchises back for like $600 million or $540 million, something around there. And now he owns a bottling company in the Midwest as well, like Indiana, I think. But like really super, like it's hard work, right? In a long time. Like he started with one and then he like five, and he kept, building them. But he also worked like, dropping fries in the fryer, flipping burgers. And he's like 7 feet tall. So can you imagine like a 7 foot tall dude in the back of a Wendy's? Like, how does he even reach the fryer later? I mean, he's going to bend over, But he would do that like every off season to learn like all the positions. And like really interesting.
That's the mindset.
His last name is like slipping. Yeah, it's the mindset we were talking about earlier. That like that's what leads to
like
success.
Think about his colleagues that start the career get the same payment.
Yeah.
Not everyone like end that like a sport career and start business like him.
So he made $4.2 million over 12 years in the NBA. There are people now who make that in a year and go broke in the NBA.
Yeah, right? So this is the mindset.
You go ahead.
Other make lots more money but still broke, but this guy make okay and doing very well. Nee.
Junior Bridgman. Oh,
It's
nice.
not เกาะนะคะ
Oh.
Where
Oh, yeah, okay. Not an island.
ใช่ in สระแก้วจ้า
Sorry.
ใช่ไหม ask him
Yeah. Keon, I'm sorry. I thought it was an island, but you're out in the middle of...
โคคลานใช่ไหมคะโคคลาน not เกาะ something
So-
because I tried to find it. I was like what island is that because he started to say island.
Yeah.
I was like what island is that?
So Junior Bridgman is $4.2 million entire NBA career, now worth over $600 million. So this is the other thing. So he gets a $500+ million payday selling his company, right? All his franchises get bought back by the parent company. He goes and buys a Coca-Cola bottling facility and then is now a bottler and distributor for Coca-Cola. So, I mean, like, he didn't rest on his laurels there either, and he still runs this big empire. Again, it's mindset, it's determination, it's drive, it's hard work. It all goes into it. And, yeah, really awesome. But so I watched this video on him, and then this other video came up about a lot of young NBA players who they have contracts in the hundreds of millions of dollars, and they go broke, right? So it's like, Lamborghinis, Porsches, like, Bentleys.
So think about like if you talk about opportunity to make money,
Yeah.
they have a lot more opportunity, right?
So-
but they still can go broke.
So here was the other thing. So one of the guys, and this I found this interesting. I forget the name of the player, but he ended up having a baby with a girl who had put a video out on YouTube saying that if you want an easy payday, just get pregnant by an NBA player and collect the child support. And he got her pregnant, and then she literally left like as soon as she had the baby.
That's not nice.
Right? So now he
It's just like love. Like-
clearly not.
It's like you have to raise the baby. You must love the baby, right?
But there's all these videos of this girl putting out.
It's not nice at all. Like what about like when her baby old enough to use internet,
Right?
and it's there. It's like you have me for that reason.
So I was a check to you, yeah. But that's what she did, and so now so he's got a contract. I think they said his next contract will be like in the 100 millions if he gets that next contract. If he doesn't, he's still responsible for all of that child support, all the other payments that are due, regardless. Now, I was talking about this to contrast that the playing in the Major League Baseball happens to have they have the lowest rate of people going broke, because a lot of them spend like almost 10 years playing in the minor leagues, making like not a lot of money, riding the bus to games, like struggling, having part-time jobs until they get called up to the majors. And then they've already lived through this life where they understand, like, all right, I can live off this much, I need to invest this much, what do I need to do? And apparently Major League Baseball has a much better infrastructure in place to train these players in like how investment and keep them protected.
Well, that's good.
But it's funny. I have a friend who's a MBA professor in Michigan, my friend. And he actually did a program with the NFL to teach financial literacy to players.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, and the NFL renewed the program that made it more widespread. But he had... my friend Glenn, he was one of the designers of that program. I don't know if the NBA has something similar, but they may need it. Was it minor leagues to pay for housing next year? They used to cram them into a four in a hotel room. Damn. Four
guys in one hotel room?
Yeah,
how can they use bathroom?
One at a time. In
I know.
by
Sa Kaeo province. By Aranyapani, next to the border to Cambodia.
Nice. My buddy Rich Mack, he comes on here sometimes. Something Bushcraft is his channel name. He doesn't have a channel, but it's just his YouTube name. He used to live out by the Cambodian border. He used to date a border patrol officer. Something like 60% of former NFL players have filed for Chapter 7. Yeah, doesn't surprise me. Bankruptcy.
Yeah. 60%. That's a lot.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, 228 million, 5 years. That's 45 a year. Yeah. When a league generates billions, you've got this is the other thing. Like all the professional leagues pay like 50% or more to players.
Wow.
So like that's in the union contracts. So this comes up a lot. You guys know I'm an MMA fan, and UFC payment is like, I think something like 8% of total revenue goes to fighters, as opposed to...
Oh, so you hurt more but get
a greater chance of head trauma, no career security.
Yeah.
No long-term health care. The NFL at least provides like a pension and retirement program. I think the MLB does as well. Really interesting. There's a great 30 for 30 called Broke. Oh, I'm going to check that out. Thanks, Token. Yeah, so I don't remember the young player's name who just got stuck with this girl, but the girl's name was Brittany Renner, I think. She's an Instagram model. She got pregnant by this player, and basically, like, he's now committed to paying her for the next, like, 20 years in child support, whether he gets his contracts or not.
Wow. Hope she loves that baby.
Hope. You do whatever you have to do, just get it done. It's a work ethic. Yeah, for sure. It's, put your nose to the grind and make it happen. Would Dana do well in Jeopardy? Probably not. I've watched Jeopardy a lot. I mean, I think the level of like general knowledge you need to have to do exceptionally well in Jeopardy is beyond what I have, for sure. Because I would say 85% of the questions I don't know the answer to. Right? And then, like, of the ones I answer, maybe I get 10% wrong, which is probably enough to sink me. I remember when I was in the Army one time, I was living at DLI in Monterey, and we were all watching Jeopardy in the common room, and we would all, like, shout out the answers, like, whoever got it first. It's just kind of like a competitive thing. Like, have a beer. Jeopardy's like a game show where they give you an answer, and you have to actually give the answer in the form of a question. But I remember we were playing and we were watching it and playing along, and I got there was it was something like this automated function extended the life of industrial machinery by 100% or something like that. And I was right away. I was like, "Oh, what is lubrication?" Everyone, being a bunch of guys in the army, everyone's laughing like, "Oh, lubrication!" But I was right. You would think that there would be a greater opportunity to start a competing fighting league where fighters get 50% and steal the UFC fighters. So this has been tried a few times, Token, and there's supposedly a league in the works right now that is looking to do something similar. The problem is that the UFC really does have a monopoly on top end talent and in pretty long term contracts, and they've also locked up the intellectual property rights on a lot of these fighters' images and stuff like that beyond their contract. So if they've used them in a game, they then own that IP, that likeness in perpetuity. So there's a lot of challenges there as well. And I think the model of the fight game makes it easy for the promoter to essentially say, "Oh, we have to keep all this money for the next show." And you see a lot of having been in that world for more than 2 decades, right? You see a lot of shady promoters. And I think the UFC is no different. They just do it on a much bigger scale. If a new league does pop up that does that, I think it would take... Keep in mind, the Fertittas lost $40 million over 15 years getting the UFC to the point of profitability until they sold it to WME for billions. So it's not a cheap thing to build, to finance, and you have to have the long vision for it. And I think the likelihood of a financier willing to take a multi-decade approach to profitability on a league is going to be limited, unfortunately. I think that's the same reason we've not seen boxing reform more than it has over decades and decades. So I hate to say that it's the best we're going to do as the UFC, but no one's even close at this point. Would Data do well in Connect 4? That's the one game I might do okay.
What's that?
So you drop checkers into the grid and try to make 4 in a row. And they have it here. I've seen it.
What's that?
I'll show you later.
Okay.
The SNL. I like the Black Jeopardy is with Tom Hanks. Have you seen that one, Black Jeopardy with Tom Hanks? Where Tom Hanks plays like a hillbilly white guy, and it's they're asking very Black American culture questions, but he's given similar answers, and they're like, "Oh, that's right, close enough. I'll give it to you." I'll show you later. It's kind of funny. Auntie Jid, go Wheel of Fortune. You ever see Wheel of Fortune where they spin the wheel? No. And I don't think game shows are as big a thing here.
Game show is bigger than here, but not this style. Game show is you sing and...
I like the Japanese game shows where they have to go through stunts.
What's that?
They have to jump over stuff.
It's the castle, something...
Yeah.
Something named and follow the word castle.
Yes,
then
yes.
a group of people run past everything, and if some fall, then you just out of the show.
Yeah. I like those.
I like that. I watched it when I was young.
Also, American Ninja Warrior or the original Ninja Warrior.
Oh, not that
like
hard.
Those. Yeah, no, not those aren't.
That time.
The castle one's not as hard as that.
It's cute. It's a one thing is a mess, and there's a guy in a sumo suit or
They're chasing you,
other suit and chasing, and you run to the wrong door and you just fall to the water. That type.
I like the one where they all have to run and there's 10 doors and only one door.
Pick the right door. Oh, one is the mushroom. It's like a stable, or
Yeah.
you're gonna fall. That type.
I always think like with the one that the doors, like sometimes I'll see the Japanese people hit the wrong door.
Yeah.
And it's just plywood, so it'll kind of push
Yes,
in a little.
if you run and hit it, yes, of course, it's gonna open for you no
I
matter
think
what.
I could get through no matter which door I pick if I commit.
But think about me. My shoulder might break.
So I wonder if I go through any door,
Any door
will they
will
let
open.
me? Will they let me go to the next round?
Yes, if you can open it, I think they will let you go.
That'd be hilarious. Coffee culture beans?
What is that? Coffee culture.
I don't know. Do Thai like being scared? Oh, Thais love horror movies. I think they like to be scared. Moody says UFC is going to 48% payout in the next couple of years. No way. No way the UFC does that.
Pay out to who?
Payout to fighters.
Yo,
Maybe
that's
48%
a
a gate. I mean, their pay scale would have to drastically shift to get to 48% payouts.
Go back to fight, see?
The pay scale would have to dramatically change, Craig. I mean, I can't see it happening.
Not many heavyweight ใช่ไหม Oh, the French guy.
The people who fight at the top of heavyweight. So I used to fight at heavyweight. Here's the thing.
Because you are heavyweight.
Yeah. Genetically, right, is a biological thing. There's not a lot of people my size. So heavyweight is a very thin division. But the top of that division, right, like the top of any division, those guys are monsters. Right? Cyril Khan and Francis Ngannou are freaks of nature. Freaks of nature. So like the top of that division is incredibly stiff. I mean, it falls off like a cliff once you get out of like the top 5, but still, they're big athletic guys.
You miss one block, you die.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Most guys who are very athletic at that size play other sports, right? Like football, right, where you can make millions of dollars. NBA, right? LeBron James would be a heavyweight MMA fighter. He's like,
tall,
240 pounds.
So he's tall.
And he's like 6'7".
You what?
6'1".
Oh, okay.
So imagine like a guy that tall, that athletic, that muscular, just punch it like it'd be a monster.
No, but he's tall. If you kick his knee, he will collapse.
You don't think a guy that athletic is going to pick up Muay Thai and start doing shin blocks? Come on.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's freaks at that size. Freaks. Oh, thanks, Joe. Yeah, I trimmed it up last night after my workout. Want to
hair?
Get the hair. You still see the hair.
What hair?
Obviously, there's not hair, but yeah, it's much easier, much cleaner. Kept the beard nice and long. Didn't want to trim that up too much, and left my eyebrows intact this time. I didn't go too short. Jim hates it when I trim my eyebrows too short.
มีหลวงพี่นะ
All right, with that, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up. It's just past 11. We're going to get our day started, get some things going. All right, with that, I want to thank you guys for rocking with us. And until next time, keep taking action, make your ideas reality.